The Joe Rogan Experience.
And, it'll get to a point where it's going to be, I think in my lifetime, there's going to be some sort of armed intervention in Mexico at some point.
Really? So you anticipate almost like a civil war?
I think something's going to happen in Mexico that's going to destabilize it so much that the U.S. won't have another option but to put boots on the ground, probably. I think that's where we're headed. The problem, and again, another of the problems is that the government is part of the problem. So you can go down there and negotiate with this government, but 6 years later, it's going to be another government.
And you got to renegotiate with them.
Yeah, and also
with new palm grease.
Yeah, and then you put all your faith in the military, and the military gets compromised. You put all the faith in the Mexican Marines, and then they get compromised. And now who do you have, right? So it's systemic.
Don't tell that to Trump. He'll use that as an excuse. We can't count on them. We're going in. I wonder where it all goes, because it is obviously growing very fast. It's obviously huge and incredibly powerful.
Yeah, and it affects. I mean, I'm up here now, and I could see the effects of it up here. Walking through L.A., seeing all the needles on the ground. Going to Seattle, seeing the same light brown fentanyl laced heroin that I saw in shanty towns down in Baja. It's like, wow, so this is where it kind of ends up. Right?
Yeah.
So you see the effects of it throughout. So you realize quickly, as somebody from both sides that I am, you realize that realistically there's kind of no border when it comes to this problem. This problem doesn't respect a border wall.
Right.
Right. Submarines will go around it. Tunnels will go under it. Drones will fly over it. And it's a problem that just keeps producing an effect.
And I think the majority of the United States citizens are completely unaware of the complexity and the depth of the problem.
Yeah, I mean it is. Well, it's also, I think most people seeing the Iran thing right now. Most people know more about that.
Oh,
yeah. Going on halfway across the world.
Yeah.
Than what's going on just a few hours.
That's what's crazy to me. It's like, we're into invading countries that are really barely affecting us. They're like a 17-hour plane flight.
Yeah, I think the I don't know. Again, I don't want to be Ed Adamas and predict stuff.
Ed Adamas.
But the fact that we have a lot of lithium in Sonora is going to be a factor for things.
A reason to clean it up.
It should be.
Should be.
It's pretty important. It's a pretty important resource.
Yeah, but if they can't hold on to El Chapo's son,
that's why I think U.S. is going to have to put boots on the ground down there.
Wow. Now, if you had to make a bet, like if there's a betting line in Vegas, like how many days or how many years from now will there be American soldiers deployed to Mexico?
I don't know. I'd say 5 years maybe.
Whoa.
Within 5 years.
Really?
I mean, we just passed this past year has been the most violent year in Mexico in recorded history.
Really?
And it's the first year of administration of this new president, right, who's been trying to... Hugs, not bullets. Abrazos, no balazos, this instead of that. It's been his first year, and, hey, give him a chance. He's doing whatever you need to do.
It's only the most violent year in history.
Yeah.
Cut the guy a break.
Exactly. That's what they say. But then I go down there, and I have a lot of my friends that are still down there, people that have trained still down there, and I hear from them directly. Like I have some young kids that are in the Gendarmeria, which is like a federal police force that patrols all of Mexico. And some of the federal police guys, they tell me like, Ed, they said, or you sign the new contract to be the Guardia Nacional and lower your pay and all of the stuff that all of your benefits will be gone. Or you just stay on here in limbo and just stay at the base. And a lot of them are staying at the base. So it's nothing's being done. Basically.
Well, I imagine that if it seems overwhelming and it seems helpless and it seems like the cartels are just taking over and they're making a shitload of money and you're not making any money. I mean, that is the real crazy thing about it, right? If the the government is asking people in this sort of already compromised situation and environment, asking them to work for a small amount of money to go after people that are making a tremendous amount of money.
Yeah.
And you're going to be at war with these people. And these people, they're basically your neighbors.
Yeah. And also, you go there with a federal uniform as part of the federal government. You go into a community where the federal government doesn't do anything for them.
Right.
The church is made by the cartels.
Cartel made the road.
Christmas was brought to you by the cartels. They are the good guys. So these guys come in here like, who are these guys? Like, what are they doing here? We're not gonna. So that's it's a mess. It's a mess.
Wow. But could boots on the ground actually fix anything?
I mean, I'm not a military expert, but there has to be some sort of outside force that is completely uncompromised by cartel money and influence.
How long before they compromise those people?
Well, when you put the Marines on the border, a few of them got picked up on smuggling people from the border. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, who knows? It's a different war field because a lot of our war fighters and law enforcement have some sort of blood ties to Mexico.